Hello guys and welcome to Call to Arms Panzer Elite. Today we're going to be taking a first look at this brand new third person and first person tank game where you take control of a tank and complete objectives. You will also in the future have access to a platoon that will help you out and you can give orders to them, as well as infantry. There is going to be an infantry component to this, so you'll be able to use your machine guns on your tank to kill enemy infantry whilst also commanding your own infantry as a tank commander. So kind of think about the scene in Saving Private Ryan where the Tiger commander is telling the troops where to go, that kind of thing. So that's really exciting, and if I quickly go into announcements, you'll see here that it is clearly an early access game. There is lots of stuff that they're still working on. Mid-mission save is not yet available. Platoon control will be added in the future, including infantry control. Progression and so on will be added. There's also key points here about the campaign, conquest and skirmish. There's going to be additional maps, additional missions. There's going to be a multiplayer focus where you're going to be able to do co-op with your friends in single player, whilst also having a PvP element to this game. And here's information about player feedback as well. Feel free to go back and pause any of this if you want to read through it all, but I'm not going to go through it all right now. I want to get straight into the gameplay. So we have two options. We got play, which takes us into the campaign mode, what I would presume to be a campaign mode. This has a multiple scenarios. So in this case, the Battle of St. Lo, Operation Lutich, and the Ardennes Offensive. Each of these contains multiple missions, with more missions coming. So you'll see the first one has 3, the second one has 2, and the third one has just 1 there that you can unlock as you go. There's also the hanging here where you can have a look at the tanks that you currently have unlocked. So in this case, the Panzer IV Ausf G. If we go back to the main menu, there is also a skirmish mode that we can mess around with, where you can set up a number of capture points and you can play the game with bots. And what happens in the skirmish mode is you get given like a choice of 3 tanks. They start off as like low tier tanks, things with like 20 mils and stuff, then they upgrade to like the next tier and then the next tier. So think like Panzer II to Panzer IV to Tiger, you know, and you get like a group of 3 tanks that kind of help you out. And if you die, you like jump to the next one, basically. Kind of think something like Enlisted when you're playing like an infantry squad, and when you die, you jump to the next infantryman. It kind of works like that. So let's jump into the first mission here of the Battle of St. Lo. Bear in mind there is a lot of placeholder. I think the voice acting is currently work in progress as well. So yeah, there we go. So let's get continue on this first mission. We'll choose our tank, the Panzer IV Ausf G, and off we go. We'll click start mission here up in the top right. Oh, so just one more thing to mention here. We have this thing called MP, and you'll notice that tanks have an MP value. So there are certain tanks that you will and will not be able to take into certain missions. But for now, we're starting on the first mission with just the Panzer IV G, and it costs 350, and we have 350 to spend, so perfect.
June 6, 1944. The largest amphibious invasion in history is underway. Allied forces from the United States, Great Britain, Canada, and other nations have launched a daring assault on the beaches of Normandy. Over the following weeks, the Allies push inland, fighting through difficult terrain and facing stiff resistance from German forces. The US forces face a unique challenge as they move inland: the hedgerows. These dense rows of shrubs and trees, some as tall as 6 feet, crisscross the Normandy countryside, creating natural barriers that were difficult to breach. The Germans had also fortified many of the hedgerows with machine guns and artillery, making them even more dangerous. On July 11, 1944, the US forces were preparing for a major assault on the heavily fortified town of St. Lo. Despite the challenges posed by the hedgerows and German defenses, the US soldiers were ready for whatever lay ahead. The attack was launched on July 12th, with waves of Allied soldiers storming towards the town.
Obergefreiter Frank Peters here. Engines running, ready to roll.
Kala reporting. Ammo racks are full of fresh rounds. I'm ready for action.
Feldwebel Hans Weber here. The main gun loaded and set to fire.
Obergefreiter Wagner. Radio link established. General is on the line.
Commander, listen up. Our defensive position is at risk. We're evacuating all personnel, starting with the wounded. The enemy is hitting us hard. Get that tank moving, secure the area, and hold the line until everyone's out. We're counting on you.
Understood, General. You heard the man, crew. Move to the designated area now.
So as I mentioned, the voiceover is certainly work in progress, but you can see the detail here on the tank. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I've got resolution scaling at like 200%. Everything's maxed out, and it just looks beautiful. The tank here with the extra detailing on it, you can see the sort of barrel there strapped to the back with the chain and the jerry cans and all that good stuff. So controls are pretty simple. WASD to move around. Then you've got your mouse for aiming. You've got shift if you want to sort of zoom in. You can also like actually zoom in and out of your tank. You can also right mouse button for machine gun. You can change which machine gun you're using by using the numbers. So we're currently firing a coaxial. We can change to the one on the top. We can also change to the Hull NG. And you can see we've also got different rounds there. So we've got like an AP round, a HE round, like what is basically an APCR round. The fourth one seems to be like heat or something similar like that. High penetration with extra explosive. Let's move to the position, carry on the mission.
Enemy infantry spotted. They're coming right at us. Move to the defensive position and stay sharp.
Commander Neumann, this outpost has only a few combat-ready soldiers left. The rest are being evacuated. Keep them safe.
Commander, we can't hold this position for long with the limited manpower we have. We need to make sure our armor is providing cover fire for our infantry.
Understood. Feldwebel Weber, keep that gun on the enemy. Private Friedrichs, stay quick on the reloads. We're holding this line. No one gets through.
Getroffen.
Here we go.
Wir haben ihre Panzerung nicht durchdrungen.
Just going to be blasting these
Getroffen.
vehicles with HE. Got some infantry that we need to take out.
Panzer zerstört.
You see we're also joined by friendly infantry on our right
Schuss
back here.
abgeblockt.
So they'll be firing away.
Ziel ausgeschaltet.
This is the kind of game that I loved when I was a kid. I used to play a game called Panzer Front on
Zerstört.
PS1, and it was so good. Very similar. Very similar
Satter
concept.
Treffer.
Really awesome to see something like this again. And I think
Kein
the
Treffer.
Call to Arms team, or at least Digital Mindsoft, who works on Call to Arms like
Schuss
Gates of Hell,
abgeblockt.
is in a really good position
Guter
to
Treffer.
work on a game like this.
Schuss
I just changed the
abgeblockt.
AP for this M8 Greyhound. It's struggling
Kein
to penetrate,
Treffer.
as you can see. But we're not struggling to penetrate them. Or at least I might have been with a HE, but
Our scouts are reporting incoming
they are now taken
hostiles
out.
on the left flank. We need to take defensive positions and provide support.
Copy that. Peters, take us to the next defensive position.
On it, Commander. Moving to the left flank, hold tight.
Commander, we can use the HE shells against those light armored vehicles and infantry. We have plenty of them in our racks.
Exactly. Use machine guns and HE for infantry and soft targets. Save the AP rounds for real tanks. As for the premium shells, let's hold on to those for serious threats.
When he's talking about premium shells, he's probably talking about the APCR. Got another tank there. Very cool. SPW with a Pak 40 on it.
Ziel ausgeschaltet.
So it seems like this is sort of an extension of the third-person mode
Zerstört.
in Call to Arms Gates of Hell. They've like taken that concept and then like really tried to increase the fidelity and the gameplay around that, which is really cool because I think it's a part of the game in Gates of Hell that people really enjoy, like taking control of a tank themselves and engaging
Getroffen.
with like one unit, like a hero unit almost. It's kind of what you're like in here. I
Zerstört.
really like the graphics when you hit a tank, not necessarily like kill the tank. I feel like every tank exploding into a ball of fire is a bit much. But when you hit a tank,
Commander,
you can
the
see
enemy's
where the
relentless.
shell went in. It was crazy.
They're sending more
It's really
troops our
cool.
way. We should reposition to get a better view of their approach.
How many more waves are they going to throw at us? It's pointless. They're gaining nothing.
Come on, Weber. They're the enemy, and they are trying to kill us and our comrades. Isn't that reason enough?
Quiet, both of you. Eyes on the enemy. Our job is to keep this outpost safe, no matter what.
We do have an ammo station here. You can use these to replenish the ammo in your racks. You see we're just getting some HE shells back now. Take us back up to 20. And we'll move into position. Got our men standing ready. Atlas Rex. MP40s, Gar 98s. I like the uniforms, looking very cool. Got like a medic over there. The officer in front of us here.
Sherman incoming. Weber, line up your shot and blow them up.
What ammo do you need, Feldwebel? APCR or heat?
A PCR first. We need maximum penetration.
Oh, we'll change to APCR. You can see the hole there though
Kein
in the
Schaden.
turret. Looks so cool. I love the effects. Want to make sure that we're mowing down this infantry before it gets too close.
Guter Treffer. Feind entwaffnet.
I've managed to knock out the gun there. Gonna struggle to hit him if he keeps angling.
Satter Treffer.
Throw it into the shot trap underneath.
Satter Treffer. Getroffen.
Good hit.
Satter Treffer.
Nice, we hit the ammo. Make sure we take out the guy with
Sherman's
the Zuga.
down. Excellent shot.
Got it. That's one less.
Nice hit, Weber. I want to see more of that.
Quite interesting, the Pack 40 on top of the SBW managed to take that out, to be honest. Not myself. Same with that one. When you're playing skirmish and you have teammates, this is kind of like how it works, where they kind of help you out. Gonna have to make sure that we sort of mow down any and all infantry.
Commander, radio transmission incoming from the HQ.
Well done, soldiers. You've held off the enemy and defended the outpost with valor. The attack seems to be easing, but we are not done here yet. Only half of our wounded are loaded onto the trucks and ready to move. We need to hold this position a little longer until everyone is secure. Head back for resupply and repairs. We need you in top shape for the next push.
Keep it coming, boys. Fresh ammo, just what we need.
Patching the general through now.
Commander, we're assigning a new unit to support you. Scouts have identified enemy artillery positions in the villages to the north and east. You must eliminate all enemy forces at these outposts to stop further attacks. Expect heavy resistance. Move out and make every shot count.
Understood, General. Crew, we're moving out. Stay alert. Peters, take us north.
Copy that, Commander. Heading out now.
Oberfeldwebel Hubert Myers reporting. Hauptmann, We can stay here or follow you to your next target. Your call. Following your lead, Commander.
We have the other vehicle now following us. If we hold F, you can see the different options that we currently have. This is going to be more fleshed out, but you can basically tell them to stay where they are, you can tell them to follow, or you can, I think, mark a target for them to engage. Regardless, we'll just have him follow us. Be useful to have the extra firepower. Yeah, this kind of single player game, I think, is such a winner, honestly. It's not something that has really been done all that much. I think there's a lot of people who play games like World of Tanks and War Thunder who would love more of a single player focused experience. And I think if they can keep churning out missions, I think people will absolutely love it. Especially like extended campaigns where you maybe get more familiar with your crew and such. I think that'd be really, really cool.
Look, this is one of those engineless planes. I wonder how this works exactly.
However, it works isn't important. They are silent and can fly deep behind our lines.
Yay, maybe. But look at the damage. It basically destroyed itself on the impact. I don't envy anyone who was involved in this.
Keep your eyes open. The enemy might still be in the area.
Hitting the enemy howitzer there from a distance.
Zerstört.
I think it was
First
aiming at me. I'm a
artillery
bit
gun
worried
is down, but
about
we've
that
still got
actually
enemy
engaging me.
forces here.
Nice shot, Weber. Let's clear out the rest of them.
Kein Schaden. Kein Treffer. Ziel ausgeschaltet.
That's taken care of. Wait, is there another one? Looks like
Satter Treffer.
it is a Stuart.
Panzer zerstört.
Not anymore.
Hey guys, what's up with those trees? They look weird.
Yeah, a bit like palm trees. What is this?
Those are covered in ivy. It's pretty common in Normandy. Ivy just climbs right up the trunks and covers them completely.
There's no way that they don't have ivy in Germany. I'm just gonna say that out loud. There was a Stuart over here somewhere. I'm a bit cautious about running up to it. The AI is pretty scary accurate at close range, to be honest. You'll notice that they haven't really been missing me at all. The only reason that we haven't really been taking much damage is because of our armor. You need to be cautious in these situations. There he is, I saw him.
Guter Treffer. Sie sind durchgekommen.
Another one
Panzer
through the bush there.
zerstört.
That's been blown up. So it looks like you can engage
Panzer
through the bushes
zerstört.
quite effectively if you know where they are. That's going to be pretty important. Utilizing line of sight. Infantry there. So while one's reloading, you can just switch to the next. It's certainly worth doing when you're dealing with all of this infantry. Make sure we mow them down. There's another of the
Getroffen.
artillery pieces. Let's take that out.
Getroffen. Zerstört.
Second gun destroyed. That's the artillery taken care of.
Good job, but stay alert. Search the area and eliminate any remaining enemies. Then, we move to the next village.
I think we've taken out the majority of their forces that I could see. There's a couple guys there. And when they work more on like the animations and the AI of the infantry, I think these sorts of scenarios will be absolutely fantastic. Like imagine if the infantry is moving a little bit more realistically, they're like properly taking cover behind the sandbags and such. Then they become like a proper threat with the bazookas and so on. Let's just keep an eye out here as we head to the next objective. Still have our buddy following us. I'm not sure if there's a key for me to be able to
Satter Treffer!
like hold the gun facing a certain direction.
Getroffen! Panzerung durchbrochen.
Nice, good kill. Whilst I'm looking around. But I think in World of Tanks it was like you hold right click or something. At least that's the way I had it set up, if I remember correctly. Just a half-track
Kein
camera guy.
Durchschlag.
We did manage to hit it, but it just went through the armor.
Ziel ausgeschaltet.
I'm trying to smash that engine to pieces.
Panzerung durchbrochen. Getroffen. Schuss abgeblockt. Zerstört.
Oh, nice kill by our squaddy there. One of the guns we need to kill.
Satter Treffer!
Cool that you can actually shoot the crew off it.
Guter Treffer!
Yeah, the
Ziel ausgeschaltet.
animation of the
First artillery gun is down, but there's
shell
still
hitting metal,
resistance.
it looks really good.
Keep pushing forward. We need to clear this entire outpost.
I think we got him. Finish off the gun.
Ziel ausgeschaltet.
Done. I think it was the last of them.
Commander, the General is on the line.
Good work, Commander. Return to the outpost immediately. Regroup at the resupply station, conduct any necessary repairs, and prepare for potential counterattacks. Time is critical. Move quickly.
Alright, off we go. Back to our defensive position. Nice little sally that was. Now you notice above the shells at the bottom we have like a HE value and like an AP value. This is like 3 levels. And I think that's based on tier.
Good God, do you see it?
5 comrades from the 352nd Infantry Division gave all they had to hold this line. And now all that's left is a patch of scorched earth.
If all those wounded that we are protecting are from this battle, then I don't want to know how many were killed.
These hedgerows, perfect cover for an ambush. Watch out for any signs of activity.
On it, Commander. So far, so good. We can continue to move forward.
Back to our defensive line. So yeah, as I was saying with the ammunition at the bottom, you have like, I think it's based on tier. So you have like tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 vehicles, and in order to penetrate like a tier 1 vehicle you would need to use like the 1
patching the
green.
General through now.
Commander, General speaking. We've received reports that more enemies are coming from the east. Expect a heavy assault. They're regrouping with reinforcements. Prepare your crew and ensure you're fully supplied and combat ready. Hold your position until further orders. Over.
Check if we need supplies and repairs. We need to be in top shape, Commander.
There's a solid defensive position to the east, where we can hold our ground and spot the incoming enemies.
Good call. All right, crew. Get ready and move to that position. Let's show them what we're made of.
Alright, we're ready. And here they come.
Getroffen. Zerstört.
Oh, lovely hit there. Ammo racked. Got some more tanks and such
Guter
coming in.
Treffer. Panzerung durchbrochen. Satter Treffer. Wir wurden getroffen.
We hit our right track.
Panzerung durchbrochen.
Unless we can hold R to repair it if we need to.
Kein Schaden.
At the moment, it's
Ziel
okay. We're not
ausgeschaltet.
gonna be moving from this position.
Sie sind durchgekommen.
Lovely kill. We'll get the
Repariere.
repair going. Beautiful job. Wow, squad mate.
Wir sind wieder einsatzbereit.
We've held the line quite efficiently there, I think.
That's the last of them for now. Good job, everyone.
Commander, patching the general through again.
Commander, the wounded soldiers are almost ready to be evacuated, but we've detected a large enemy force heading our way. You need to hold them off just a little longer. Move to the next defensive position and prepare to make your stand.
All right, you heard the general. Move to the new defensive position and brace yourself for incoming hostiles. We need to hold this line until every last person is ready to roll out.
I do like the length of the missions. This could have very easily been like a quite short mission where you just kind of get introduced to the mechanics, but the fact that it's kind of properly having to defend the position is really cool.
Kein Schaden. Sie sind durchgekommen. Sie können sich nicht mehr bewegen. Kein Schaden. Schuss abgeblockt. Sie sind durchgekommen. Schuss abgeblockt. Schuss abgeblockt. Satter Treffer. Der Feind kann nicht mehr schießen.
Taking out the turret there.
Panzer zerstört.
Down it goes. Beautiful. Oh, that's not so good. Infantry on the right getting blasted. You can destroy some of these buildings in order to get line of sight.
Guter Treffer!
I think it was taken out completely there by
Feind
our
entwaffnet.
teammate. I really like the terrain. The terrain looks gorgeous in this game.
Getroffen!
And it really does feel like you're fighting through the hedgerows. It's like a lot of like obstacles and such in the way, like the walls and such, going to be blocking your shots. But if you do hit them, those walls are going to get destroyed. Like if I smash that wall, for example, it blows a hole in it.
Ziel ausgeschaltet!
Not sure if the machine gun on the top of a Panzer IV would have been remote controlled. Probably not. I think the Hetzer was probably the only one that had that. It'd be cool if like the guy comes out to man the machine gun if you actually want to use the machine gun on top. Wondering if there's any infantry behind that building that we need to kill. Actually just planted that shot through the window, so I didn't actually destroy the house. Yeah, there is still one behind there. There he is.
Guter Treffer!
He was hiding.
Zerstört!
General is on the line. I'll patch him through.
Commander, excellent job holding the outpost. The trucks are at the medical area, and they're ready to move. Escort them to the evacuation point and keep an eye out for any remaining enemy forces. This is crucial for the safety of our wounded. Over.
Understood, General. We're moving to the medical area now. Crew, get everything ready for the escort. We'll roll out as soon as we're set.
I'll just pick up some more ammo just in case. Gone through a lot of rounds already. Cool to see the man there manning the 88. That will do.
Panzer reporting for duty. I'm Hauptmann Neumann, and it's my honor to be escorting you, honorable soldiers.
Good to have you on our side, Commander. We saw what you did today. We wouldn't be here if not you and your crew.
General is saying that we are good to go. Commander, we should follow these trucks. They know where to go.
Well, I hope they know where they're going. One thing that I think would be really cool rather than having WASD controls is if you had like left and right stick control. So just like in a normal tank you have like the levers. So you'd be able to sort of put one track forwards, one track reverse. I know not all tanks had that, but in the tanks that do, you could do like spins really fast. Maybe have like Q and A as like forwards and back for left, and then B and D as forward and back for right. That'd be really cool. then you could still have like W and S if you just wanted to like go forwards and back, kind of manually do the levers.
Full stop. We are under attack.
It is an ambush. Keep going. We need to protect those trucks.
Oh dear. That's not good.
Zerstört. Panzer zerstört. Kein Schaden. Panzerung durchbrochen.
Ooh. Been hit pretty hard there.
Sie sind durchgekommen.
Need to be careful. Our armor is compromised.
Zerstört.
I think we took a shot maybe
Reparaturen laufen.
I think that's the last of them. I don't hear any noises in the radio. Area should be clear.
Thank you again. The Reich is very lucky to have soldiers like you.
It's our job to keep you safe. But I think we should get back on the road. Don't want to encounter any more problems on the way.
One interesting thing about that situation is, generally I would assume you'd have the tank in front to begin with.
Commander, we can't leave those trucks exposed. We're responsible for their safety. Let's make sure they're protected.
Your actions today have allowed us to evacuate our wounded and deliver a significant blow to the U.S. forces. With their artillery silenced and their command structure in disarray, the path is open for a counterattack. Now, while the enemy is scattered and vulnerable, we can strike with full force and reclaim control over the entire Saint-Lo region. Commander, good job. Your mission is complete.
Alright, well yeah, the voiceover definitely needs work. Obviously it's a lot of it's AI generated. But there it is, that's the mission complete, and we get our rewards. So we now have access to the Panzer II, the SDKZ 2341, and the 2342, which is the Puma, and then the 2344, which is the one with the Pak-40 on top. And then we got the Panzerfaust 4F, which means like if we go back to this mission now, we could instead choose those to complete the mission, should we so choose. But that is where I'm going to be leaving it for today, and hopefully that gives you guys a good idea of how the game is going to be and how it's going to play. And obviously there's a lot of stuff that needs work, like I think the infantry animations, the voiceover, basically some of like the pathfinding for the missions and such, but you can see where they're going with this, and I think this is a great opportunity to support the developers through early access. Now, I'm not really a massive proponent for like early access. I don't really like early access as a concept, but the Call to Arms team and Digital Mindsoft did a fantastic job with Call to Arms Gates of Hell, so they've got a good reputation behind them, and I'm really hoping they can carry that into Call to Arms Panzer Elite to make this game fantastic as well. But that's all from me. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.